Welcome to Party Bears. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, we got a one lander. Let's go ahead and ship this one back. And once again, we've got a no lander. That's going to be 3 visits. I mean, I kind of like what we've got going on. I guess we'll keep on this. I don't really want to go past this. So let's go and put Return of the Wild Speaker on the bottom. Click OK, and then anything else, let our opponent get the game started. But yes, hopefully, fingers crossed, the Magic Gods will deliver a land to us. That way we can go for 3 visits. And get out of this one. We do have Worldly Tutor to go for a tutor source, potentially. So let's lead off with Forest, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Ayula, Queen Among Bears. Whenever another bear enters the battlefield under your control, choose one. Put 2+1 counters on target bear, or target bear you control fights target creature you don't control. Playing against Jenara. Flying, then for a 2-mana activation, put a +1 counter on Jenara. There we go. So look at some Bant Exalted, some Bant Voltron. It's always fun to play against Jenara. It's a very interesting deck and get out of hand very quick. So hopefully, let's see if we hit this land. If not, then we might end up having to Worldly Tutor. Oh, yes, that is much needed. Let's go to Crackwooded Foothills. Let's go for Forest. Let's go for 3 visits. Oh, this feels a lot better. There we go. All right, so we get 3 visits down. Let's get that extra Forest. And then anything else, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we do have Worldly Tutor. We might, actually, no, I don't think we're running Mana Dorks in here because we're trying to rely on some of the land wrap. Anyway, we'll figure out what we're going to do with Worldly Tutor. So we did cover both commanders. Got a little bit of special news today. It is officially my birthday. If you don't know about the Party Bears, I like to come out on my birthday. So we have a ton of green mana. Well, not a ton of green mana, but hopefully we can get to the point in this birthday party that we have a ton of green mana for everybody to enjoy. But yes, it is my birthday. Well, technically, when I'm recording this, it is my birthday, but when you see it, should be a day late. Hopefully, if this video makes it to recording or makes it to the end. So, anyway, pretty fun. Party Bears. There we go. Hit a land off the top. That feels really good. All right, so let's go for Forest. And so at this point, we've got Gurk Wildspeaker. I feel like we need to get ahead on mana pretty bad. So we have 2 lines of play. We've got Gurk Wildspeaker, and then we've got Bears into Beast Whisper. The only downside with Beast Whisper is if they've got spot removal, that's going to be a pretty feel-bad turn. Let's see if we can't get Gurk down. I like at least getting 2 different permanents on the battlefield. So let's do this. Let's go and go for Gurk. Let's untap these 2 lands, and we'll see if Noble wants to come in. Actually, we'll go for Ayula. I like that. Let's get Ayula on the battlefield. Let's get this birthday party started. So, and then let's see if this is going to be, if this is counter magic, yeah, that's perfectly fine. They're going to get 2 mana. Yes, we'll return that to the command zone, and then anything else pass the turn to our opponent. So let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you'd like to get some magic cards and you want to help support the channel at the same time, please consider using my bit.ly link. It's one of the best ways to support the channel outside of being a patron. Also, let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you want to play Magic Online, they've got you covered, especially with the new set coming out. Let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. If you go to inkgaming.com/Jolt, that's going to give you 10% off of your gaming accessories, whatever that may be, playmat. No propane accessories, at least not yet. One day, maybe. And then, last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to directly support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. But if you're keeping score at home, it is officially birthday free time. So yeah, Party Bears. This is Party Bears was a pretty heavy deck I played at the very beginning of my channel. In fact, if you want to see Omnath Party Bears, just go to the playlist for this channel, not for this channel, for this particular deck, and you'll see it. It's one of the first videos or decks I put out, so the quality level is a little low, but still fun to watch if you watch some of those older videos. So let's get Ayula pop back up. They've got 3 cards in hand. I kind of like going for the Beast Whisperer line of play. Let's give that a shot. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Then we still have the Gurk activation to untap. So let's go for the untap. Untap 2 lands. And then we just got straight Alpine Grizzly. So at this point right now, I think what we want to do is we might be able to set up an Ashcoat Bear into Worldly Tutor. The Splinter Twin for the deck. I kind of like that. So, yeah, let's do that. So let's simply just pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent's got going on their side first. But yeah, we've got Ashcoat Bear, and then in response to that, we can Worldly Tutor and put that on top. So, hey, there we go. People always say bears are overpowered, and I agree with them. You get you get the flash line of play like this. So our opponent does have Jenara on the battlefield, so we'll see exactly what we end up grabbing with Worldly Tutor. but at least having some sort of card draw source on the battlefield, that is a pretty good feeling. So we got Trinket Mage swinging in. See where they're headed. So they are headed at Gurk. That's going to drop it down to 1. We're probably going to lose Gurk to Jenara anyway, so let's still end up doing this. So we're going to hold priority. Let's go for Ashcoat Bear. Oh, look at this. Let's go for Worldly Tutor. It's like Splinter Twin all over again. They got to stop us. Somebody, the Magic Judge is going to get called. So dumb. All right, so let's see. Let's take a good look at this. I think I like grabbing Heartwood Storyteller. If they had Path, they probably would have used it on B. So let's do that. So let's grab Heartwood Storyteller. That's going to go on top. We're going to draw into that. And then we'll also be able to cash in a card draw on a later point. So there we go. All right, so we got Ashcoat Bear on the battlefield. That's going to be a 2-2 and a 2-3. Yeah, we just don't want to lose Beast Whisperer. Or what we can do is we can Ashcoat Bear on Trinket Mage. But that's going to be exalted next turn anyway. Yeah, we'd rather keep the bear on the battlefield. So there we go. All right, so they're going to swing it for 3. You're going to knock Gurk Wild Speaker down to 1. Sometimes I assume they're attacking the Planeswalker and I try to set up blocks, but no, they are swinging at Gurk, so we can get this done. But yeah, Party Bears, it's been around for a long time. The core concept of the deck is just like, oh, Darksteel Mutation. Loses all other types. So yeah, that's definitely going to cut off Beast Whisperer. At least we did cash in a card draw. At least we do have another card draw source to deploy out on the battlefield. And that's going to be a Heartwood Storyteller. So there we go. See what we draw into for the turn. A land, would be nice. There we go. Enters the battlefield tapped. So let's make the land drop. That's going to be Landscape. Heartwood Storyteller. Untap 2 lands. Yeah, let's go for Heartwood Storyteller. I like that. And then hopefully they have some sort of equipment or something to deploy out next turn. We'll be able to get a little bit of card draw for this. So let's go for the Gurk Wild Speaker activation. Untap up to 2 target lands. Let's go and untap Myriad Landscape and untap Forest. There we go. And we can crack if we want to off of Landscape, but that's going to be 3. I like getting at least something down on the battlefield. So let's go for Alpine Grizzly. And we'll still leave up some green mana. So there we go. All right, so we had at least some sort of board state. And then anything else, we're going to pass the turn. So at this point, we're just trying to cash in on Heartwood Storyteller. That's going to be a pretty good option for us. We do have Jenara swinging in at least this turn. We do have a board state that we can block any sort of ground action if they're going to swing in at Gurk. So it's basically going to buy us some sort of commander damage, kind of fog for the turn with them trying to deal with Gurk Wild Speaker. So next turn, if we don't rip into anything good, we might try to get ahead on mana by going for Blighted Woodland and Myriad Landscape, and that'll also put us in a spot to where once we get down to Ayula, hopefully we can cash in some extra value. But yeah, as far as this goes, it's just like Elves, except we got bears in here, and if you don't know, bears aren't the best thing in Magic, but with the new set coming out, there's a ton of mono green changelings that as I was looking at Ayula, I was like, man, we got to get... I need to get some bears in here. Get some of those changeling bears. I feel like it might make the deck pretty good. So anyway, excited to add those after this, and we'll have to get some more games with Party Bears because it's just always a fun thing to go for. All right, so we run into Memorial, which enters the battlefield tapped. Okay, so let's have Memorial come down. Let's go for Ayula, and that's going to be 4 total mana. And then next turn we'll worry about going for the landscape options. Yeah, because those enter the battlefield tapped. So do we want to push in? Yeah, we're going to be able to trade with anything over there. So let's go ahead and push in with the crew. I kind of like this. All right, so we're going to swing in. That's going to be 8 total damage. I mean, it's a pretty good chunk of damage, especially if we're fighting Jenara, too. They do have open mana and 2 cards left. So we'll see if we have any sort of funny business Lebowski from our opponent's side. Let's see what this is. It's a lot of mana. Hopefully it's not something bad. Oh, okay, they're just going for counters. Okay, we can take that. Yeah, and luckily with them having to swing in at Gurk last turn, you can see where, if we had taken a normal commander damage hit, we'd be in danger of probably losing the game next turn to commander damage. So there we go. All right, knock our opponent down to 19, and then anything else we will pass the turn. So things that we're looking for, we do have a lot of creature casting cost in here. We do have Guardian Project, and we do have the Path of Discovery, and so that's definitely stuff that helps us on the battlefield, but right now we don't want to see it. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7 mana. We do have Thunderfoot Baloth in here, and then another option that we do have is going to be Kindred Summons. I end up kind of tweaking the deck a little bit, so we do have Kindred Summons in here, so that's another way that we can kind of redeploy with a ton of creatures. The only downside is we need to We're looking at 9, and if they take the turn off next turn with all of their mana, just dump more counters into that. Yeah, they get 3 more counters. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be good for us. So let's see what else they're going for. True Name Nemesis. Okay, and that's something we can definitely deal with. But yeah, with a lot of the new changelings coming out, in fact, let's go and pull that up. I was looking. There we go. EDH. Yeah, and shout out to EDH Rec. They help so much with constructing just a mass volume of commander decks. So we'll look at that in just a second. We'll see what we draw into for the turn. Thunderfoot Baloth. All right, so let's have some fun. All right, let's go Thunderfoot Baloth. Let's see if they have any answers for it. I don't know if this is enough, but we're going to send the entire crew in. Why not? Let's have some fun. Oh, look at that. Even if we don't get it, at least just ripping that off the top, that is such a good feeling. All right, so we've got 4, that's going to be 10, that's going to be 18. So we have exactly 20 coming across. So we're going to have to see some blocks. So we're going to see True Name Nemesis block on something. We're going to see Trinket Mage block on something. Probably looking at, one of the good things is we've got an Indestructible 2/3, so that's going to stick around. Ayula's going to stick around. Yeah, if they want to get rid of Ayula, that's perfectly fine. We'll take this damage. So there we go. And let's see what we knock. Yeah, talk about a beautiful top deck. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So let's get this trample damage applied through. That's going to knock them down to 2. Yes, we will return that back to the command zone, and then anything else. Yeah, no spot removal. All right, we're going to pass the turn. So we're looking at 9, and if they dump, I don't know how many counters they dumped last time. They might have it with commander damage on this one, but at least we top deck Thunderfoot Baloth. It's a wonderful feeling. All right, so let's go. Let's find Ayula, Queen Among Bears, and let's let them go on through on this one. Yeah, I think they're going to get it. They should have enough. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be 4 counters. That's going to make it 13. Yeah, I think they're going to get it on this one, especially with that Exalted trigger. So good game to our opponent. At least we got to have some fun with the Thunderfoot Baloth. But yeah, with the new changelings coming out, super pumped about those. Well, in fact, probably end up recording another Ayula video, so you may see this at the front or the back end of it, and we'll talk about it in that second video. So let's let them get these counters on and see where we end up. All right, that's going to be 14 coming across. That is going to be just enough for commander damage. There we go. Knock us down to 23. We had to mulligan down. We got lucky with hitting lands off the top, but just to call out Thunderfoot Baloth, hey, that's a pretty good feeling. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.